Lesson 10, adding and subtracting real numbers. So one step we can do is write the problems as addition only. Then you can group and add the terms with the like signs. So you would add all the positives together, then you would add all the negatives together. And then the third one is to add the terms with unlike signs. So in other words, you would add the positives and the negatives together. Well, you'd have one positive and one negative term. So here's an example. We're going to add together 3/7 plus 1/7 minus 2/7 minus a negative 4/7. Now we're going to rewrite this as all addition. So we're going to only add here. So we have 3/7 plus 1/7. Now when you see subtract, it's the same thing as adding the opposite of what is there. So we want to add the opposite of 2/7, which is a negative 2/7. Now we're subtracting a negative, so we want to add the opposite or add 4/7, because the opposite of negative 4/7 is a positive 4/7. Now we're going to group and add all the terms with like signs. So we're going to group all the positives. We have 3/7 plus 1/7 plus 4/7, and then we're going to leave our negative 2/7 off to the end. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 4 is 8/7 plus a negative 2/7. Then we're going to add the positive and the negative to get a positive 6/7, and that's the solution. Here's another example. Negative 1/5 plus 3/5 minus 2/5 minus a negative 4/5. So we're going to rewrite it so it's only addition. So we have negative 1/5 plus 3/5. Since this is a minus 2/5, that's the same thing as a plus negative 2/5. And this is a plus positive 4/5. So we're going to group the positives together, 3/5 plus 4/5. Then we're going to group the negatives together, negative 1/5 plus negative 2/5. We'll add the ones with like terms, so we have 7/5 plus, and we add the ones with negative terms, which is negative 3/5. Then we add the two with unlike terms. 7 plus a negative 3 is a positive 4/5, and that would be your answer. Now, one more part of this lesson is ordering numbers from least to greatest. We'll have a lot of problems like this. You want to read it carefully because it might be ordering from greatest to least, but most often in your book you'll see it from least to greatest. So here's an example of some numbers given in a list. And we want to imagine a number line. So if we have 0, 1, and negative 1 on the left. So negative 1/4 would fall right about here. Negative 75/100 is the same thing as negative 3/4, and that would be this way. And then 3/5 is going to be just a little bit more than 1/2. So if we're ordering these in order, we're going to have a negative 75/100, then a negative 1/4, 0 comes next, and then a 3/5. That's the end of the lesson.